Hi everyone, it's Athena. Welcome back. And yeah, it's Tuesday, September 3rd, 2019. All right, so when we end up surrendering, sometimes that's like the only way out is to surrender, right? To what, and finally surrender to what the universe has in store for us. Yeah. And so when we say in the depths of our emotions that we surrender and we give it up to the universe, it's about, so what I'm trying to allude to is that surrendering means literally giving up trying to understand it and being comfortable with not knowing. Okay? So today could be that day where we are going to need to surrender to trying to fix it, trying to figure it out, and give it up to the universe to let it be, right? Literally. And being comfortable in not knowing how, when, where, or why. Okay. So what is the universal message, collective message for today, Tuesday the 3rd of September? One more. Okay. I'm hearing picking up the pieces. Picking up the pieces and going home. I know that's a song. I do. Okay, let's see what the universe has to say. All right, the King of Coins is an earth energy, so a lot of grounding, getting grounded. This king is all about healing and growth, and being very much about the quality of things in their life. You could be dealing with a Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. It does not have to be that. You could be feeling this way in your life: stability, security, a sense of being grounded, and knowing that it's all about quality. This king is all about quality. The nature of their business is to always be at the highest level of quality in whatever they do. So this could represent you feeling, right? Feeling a sense of grounding, growth, quality, and healing, Let's see what this is saying. All right, so we have Judgment reversed. Interesting. And this flipped the energy of, now we have the energy of fire, which is Aries, Leo, Sag. So interesting that we have, now this could be an earth sign with fire in their chart, okay? All right, we have Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, Aries, Leo, Sag, and in the middle of these two is Judgment, right? So what is happening here is there's a judgment that is before one of these two energies, all right? And it has not completed. The judgment's not complete. It could be, a contract of some sort. It could be divorce. It could be a settlement. I just heard settlement. All right, let's get more cards on this, because maybe you feel like, once this completes, then you can establish a sense of security and stability. It could be about a child being also the or inaction about a child? Are we not doing something? Is there an issue about child support? A judgment on child support, waiting for that judgment because it's not upright, okay? So judgment on and no movement, right, with child like energies, or judgment from, a child, like someone's, I'm really more, honestly, I'm feeling this is more this energy of someone being kind of immature because of this judgment and being immature about it, showing their true colors, I heard. So we have an Aries, Leo, Sag that may be showing you their true colors. It's like on the outside it looks good, but inside they're fuming. That's what I hear. Inside they're really mad about something. This is my mischief card. This is a child that's mischievous. And when reversed, oh my gosh, this is like acting out of character. Yeah, acting out of character. For what reason? Someone feels like they're being judged unfairly, right? And because of that reason, the process of rebirth and walking away from what doesn't work, because these are all reversed. So you can't walk away yet because a judgment has not been called upon, whether that be child support, a final judgment, final divorce, and the last bits and pieces before you can walk is the child support, right? Like the court system saying this is what has to happen. Or it could be a child acting out of character, or immature action, even though someone here is leveling up. And I kind of feel it's the King of Pentacles. I really do. I feel the King of Pentacles is standing strong. You know how there's a, what is that word? There's a quality of peaceful understanding that a King of Pentacles has, where they don't jump the gun. Because earth signs, they don't jump into, crazy, what's the word? Crazy, they're grounded. Do you know what I mean? So this king is grounded, and there's a judgment that's being made, and this king is like chilling, right? Is in their own power, because it gives this King of Pentacles, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, this king gets power from their natural way of being, which is groundedness. That's what I was trying to say. And this king gets their power, let's just say, through action and determination. And sometimes that can be portrayed as, like acting too quickly, not thinking before they speak. They act out, right? Because we have this page of Wands who is above this King of Wands, which means that there could have been, or it's happening now, a situation where the King of Coins is sitting on his throne, chilling, being at peace and grounding themselves, their energy, not acting out, unlike the King of Wands, who's acting out impulsively. Sometimes when this is reversed, it's that's what it is. It's impulsiveness, and you're like, what the heck just happened? So we can't figure out a happy place here because the Judgment's reversed and the Six of Swords is reversed. So this is immature, speaking out, speaking out of term, speaking out of line. Whereas one of these kings, and I really believe it's the King of Coins, Pentacles, who's leveling up and rising up with the understanding that that's not how you do things. This King of Coins does not fly off the handle. So this king is getting uplifted through the knowledge of patience. I hope you followed me on that. See, this king levels out. They're leveling out by saying, this is a fair deal. What's happening here, this judgment call, this is how much money I'm going to give you for this child. This is how much I'm going to give you, and this is the judgment. And someone else is saying, what are you kidding me? What are you kidding me? Right? So the final judgment call has to happen with regard to a child support, and then this will be able to upright itself and move on. Someone will move on after this, but someone is leveling up and understanding how the system works, say. Okay? Yeah. Now we have the lawyer, right? The judgment. So this could feasibly be a judgment of child support for sure. I'm seeing that really strongly, and I'm feeling someone's acting out of character, and here's the lawyer who's trying to mediate between the two energies and try and find a semblance of balance, saying, listen, it's fair. You give this much, they get that much, and then we're on the same page. All right, and that's why this ending that's why the world is reversed, because this ending is based upon this judgment. Very clear for whoever this is regarding. This could be a legality in any way, shape, or form. Legality of, a house being bought, a house being sold. This could be in one of these two energies as their as their moon or rising sign, I'm hearing. So you could be a Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn with a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius moon sign, or vice versa with the Leo, Aries, Sag with Gemini, Aquarius, Libra as moon. So you have to know the charts. That's why we talk about the charts being, your natal chart being really important. And it's free. You can Google it and find out. If you're not, this is the head honcho. This is the one who makes the decisions and who is going to say, this is what has to happen. You have to give this amount of money for this child. And then that is going to uplift you and say, okay, so I see that it's fair. It is. It's fair. It's a 6. 3 and 3. Okay? So it will balance itself out through the court system. And you're dealing with a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius for sure. So the Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, Aries, Leo, Sag is dealing with a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or has that in their chart. The bottom line is the end has not taken place because of the finality of child support. That's when we're going to, you know what? We're surrendering and saying, you know what? I'm giving up control here. I'm giving up control, and I'm allowing this judgment to happen in its own time, because there's an issue of what's fair. It must be balanced, especially with an earth sign. King of Coins is all about, you know, about restoring the quality. If you're giving 3 pentacles to one, you have to give 3 pentacles to the other. And that's the final, like, judgment, right? And understanding, you know, but someone's acting out of character here. Someone's acting out of character because maybe they don't want to, they don't see it as fair. Well, the court system said this is what you have to pay out if you want this judgment to be completed, right? And the world will then right itself up. And then you can start, you know, when this world, if this is happening in your situation, okay? This world, once it writes itself up, this is a whole new beginning. So surrender into the comfort of knowing how it's going to go down. There's no, the King of Coins has a potential to worry a lot, right? Worrying how this is going to play out. But just allow it. Allow it to happen and be comfortable with not knowing. Yeah, easier said than done, for sure. But it is also, in the sense, out of your hands, only because there's legal implications going on here. And the legal system writes every, you know, in this regard, is everything has to be fair and just. Okay? And that's when we'll level up to that understanding. It's about understanding here. Level up into that understanding, whether we like it or not. You know what I mean? If any of you have been through a divorce, you know how the system works. You know? So, and then you can start new. When that world writes itself up, then the sky's the limit. I mean, go. Then you're able to start a whole new cycle, and this can complete itself. All right? We have 2 6s. This one's reversed, the 6 of Swords, right? Correct? And this is upright. So it is about money. And someone's not happy because in their mind, they're thinking, well, that doesn't sound fair. So they're acting out because, so someone's going to have to rise above the crap, right? Rise above the understanding of saying, hey, it is what it is, and try not to be acting out of character because of it. Like, you know, flying off the wall, flying off the handle, because you can't beat the court systems when it comes to that. It's very difficult. And we are dealing with what? Well, with this judgment comes the memories of the past. There's another 6. Now we have 3 6s in this reading. So this is a hard pill to swallow. Can I tell you? It's not easy. It's not easy to let the past go, especially when, you know, especially when you have had a huge history with someone. It is difficult. But the only way this is going to balance out is if you allow this judgment to happen and, you know, pay the piper. That's what I heard. Yeah. So there was deception. Someone deceives someone in a marriage, in a relationship. There's a child. You don't have to be married to have children. The children could also be, you know, animals. It doesn't matter. What matters here is the court system says, well, what matters is it is children because, or the children, maybe it's a paternity test and you found out someone's pregnant and you know, but I don't feel that, honestly. I don't. I feel what this is there was deception in a marriage and now we're fighting over custody and how much money we're going to pay out for a child. That's what I see here. Deception, right? 7 of Swords. So we went from the 6 to the 7, or we went from the 7 to the 6, right? I'm not sure if it's a progression yet, but here's the deal. I think this is the past coming into play and looking at this deception. And we're going from the deception, which is the 7 of Swords, to the 6 of Swords, which means we're just about ready to have this finality, okay? The final judgment. Someone is really not happy about needing to walk away. Maybe some want to walk away because of this deception. All right, it depends on what your story is. See? Someone's turning their back on their past, turning their back on the house. Someone's leaving the house. Someone's literally leaving the house. Right? And someone is internalizing it through mind manipulation, right? I don't really want to, but there was deception, so now I have to pay the piper. That's what I heard. I've never said that. So the wisdom that you've gained through this experience, through this situation that has happened, has gained you wisdom and knowledge and strength and courage to go on, to move forward. We have 4, 6, 7, 8. So this is the progression. Understand. For a new beginning. This storyline has been happening for a while. I have seen this storyline for a while, and so it takes a while for this energy to close out. Do you understand that? And sometimes that's what this is all about. You need to surrender and try to give up. Surrendering means giving up trying to understand. And that's the understanding. I hope you followed that. It's about not knowing. So that you can release and let go and start over. Here's the world now, it's upright. So the progression is that you've gained wisdom and knowledge through this experience, through the finalization of potentially a legal document, divorce case, whatever, about to be resolved. So you learned through the deception and through the judgment call. And having to pay the piper is part of taking responsibility. Taking responsibility and leveling up. Leveling up means taking your power back with more wisdom, not to repeat the same pattern again. Do you understand? And build yourself a new foundation based upon truth. A new foundation based upon survival and stability and being really grounded, so that this will be built confidently and successfully on the terms of love and strength, the strength of the mountains. It is going to be solid. So what your new beginning comes with is solid and powerful and wise and all-knowing, knowing that this made you a better woman, man. This is your higher self, right? That's your higher self talking to you. After the Tower. Okay, so this has happened. You've had the Tower moment already, and now you're building a new foundation based upon something that really shook you from the ground up. It did. This is what happens. Now, sometimes it's a surprise, but I don't believe this was a surprise. I believe this has been happening, in your home for a while. Yeah. So this Tower moment, through and because of deception and or envy, I believe it's deception from the past, okay? and it shook up the family home. Okay? And now we're rebuilding is basically what these cards say is you're rebuilding a new home based on truth. Solid foundation. All right? One had to crumble before the other could be solid. And this is something that external and internal, whichever way you want to see it, shook up your complete foundation. All right? You have 2 4s surrounding the tower. So your inner foundation and your external foundation has been literally shaken up to the core. And because of that, like I said in all my readings, the first cut is the deepest, right? The first card is very significant. And I believe this is the King of Pentacles, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, who is going through this situation that has happened that has been very tumultuous, especially for an earth sign. The earth sign is all about their foundation and being grounded and secure. So when you shake and rock, when you rock an earth sign's foundation, like they're beside themselves, there's no word that I could describe when you shake up an earth sign's foundation. I'm also hearing for some, this judgment is also about child support or a child going to college and paying money for that. Maybe there was deception in the money being given to the other party for, I'm hearing, for college tuition. Yeah. But mostly it's about someone's complete foundation has been rocked from the inside out, basically. Okay? So now it's time to rebuild the foundation based upon truth. Right? So turning the new chapter in your life, this will allow you to rebuild your life with a new beginning based upon the wisdom that you have gained through this experience. I mean, that's what life is all about. That's what life is all about. You learn from these things that happen. And you hopefully don't want to make the same mistake, because this truly rocked your world. I mean, I'm not kidding you. So it's time to move into a place where you're going to turn the page. You're turning the page to a new life. There it is. Look. You've ascended into a new understanding of what your life is about, and you're progressing through wisdom, through the wisdom that you've received, through this experience. Okay? Turning the page and now rebuilding. Because of this, you're rebuilding your whole life. Okay? And there's nothing wrong with rebuilding, especially when it's rebuilding on the basis of trust and wisdom and truth. I've had this reading now. It's been going on for a while. So I think this situation has been going on for a while, you know. And it does take a long time, especially if you're going through legalities about children, about home. You know, that takes time. But your new beginning is underway, you know. All right, of course, I always seem to get 30 minutes here on these readings. Mercury is the planet ruled by Virgo. Virgo's ruled by Mercury is what I mean. What does it mean? It means communication is of utmost importance. Communicate how you're feeling. Communicate this and express yourself. Okay? So, Mercury comes in to say, get a weight off your chest and speak up with love and be heard. How beautiful is that card? Mercury, I love it. A time of leveling up, and this is your card. So this is affecting an earth sign. Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. But I feel it strongly with Virgo. And I have been feeling this strongly with Virgo. You have increased your awareness of how the universe works. And Master Buddha is giving you that truth that you have learned. You have become wise to your own connection to the universe. You have a deep connection. You have a deep connection. Trust your inner voice. So it's kind of like you're walking around the house, right? You're walking around the house. The universe is saying you're walking around talking to yourself, and you may even be getting, which I have been getting in these readings before, that you're talking to yourself about, what do I do, and the inner voice is telling you what to do. You're learning through, you must communicate what you're being taught, what you have learned. You need to kind of like speak out about how you're feeling. Even though I have the only cups I have is 6 of cups. So that is again, this balance. This will balance you out if you can openly communicate your feelings of expressing this shakeup to someone, right? This is a huge shakeup for an earth sign. Okay? So communicating, getting it off your chest is really important. And of course, for a Virgo, Virgo primarily, because Mercury is ruled by Virgo. And you're increasing your awareness. Trust your inner voice. So whatever you're saying to yourself or whatever you're hearing, you should probably follow your own advice, right? And the last card, now I'm at 32 minutes, is soul expansion. Your consciousness is expanding and you understand the connection of all things. And there you go. Ascension. The sky's the limit. It's a really good reading. Follow the stars, follow your inner voice, and trust that if you communicate how you need to get something off your chest. And just communicate how you're feeling, because you have the deep connection and understanding of how the universe works. Have a great day.